ikram and like karam, right? Honor. Or ikram is like honor or like majesty or things like that. Right? So Allah is the possessor, the owner of al-jalal wal-ikram, the owner of majesty and karam and things like that. Right? And then also you also see in the Quran, Dhul Arshil Azim. What's Arsh? The throne, Dhul Arshil Azim, the mighty throne. Azim. Okay, so these are all attributes. These are all things in the Quran relating with Dhu. Talking about Allah, Dhul Arshil Azim. Allah, Dhul Jalali wal Ikram. Okay. And why is the thing that follows Dhu majroor? It always has a kasra. Why? It's a mudaf ilayh. Anytime you see Dhu, you're going to say mudaf. Whatever follows it is mudaf ilayh. Mudaf ilayh is always majroor. Okay? And then that's, because you're talking about Allah, you have to use Dhu. If you're talking about something else and it's feminine, then you use Dhatu. If you're talking about a group of people, it's Zawub. And then a group of females is Zawad. Okay? It's not that common. It is common in the Quran sometimes, but it's just something to know. The next one was also something small. So all of these are particles. Inna is a particle. Lakinna, la'alla. Dhu is a particle. The next one is also a particle. Okay, what's Or. So do you use it in a question or a sentence? Question, right? You say, Mudarrisun anta am muhandisun. Are you an engineer or a teacher? Or are you a teacher or engineer? Atuhibbu abuka am ummuka. Do you love your mother or your father? Okay. أذهبت إلى مكة أم جدة? Did you go to Mecca or Jeddah? Okay. But if you're talking just in a regular sentence, you're going to say أو. أو also means or, but it's in a sentence instead of a question. Okay. So you can say رأيت ثلاثة أو أربعة. I saw 3 or 4. رأيت أربعة أو ثلاثة. Then the next were 2 words, which were 100 and 1,000. What's 100? Mi'atun. Yeah. Mi'atun is 100. And what's 1,000? Alfu. Yeah. Okay. And these behave like mudaf and mudaf ilayh. So the word that follows it is actually singular. If I'm saying 100 chairs, how do I say that? Miyatu kursiyin. You don't use the plural of kursiyin. You just use, even though it's 100 chairs, plural, you use the singular. So mi'atu kursiyin. Okay? Mi'atu kitabin. 100 books. Alfu riyalin. So you keep it singular, whatever you're counting. Okay? And then the last thing they said was a bunch of words that end with 2 kasra. So ghalin means what? Expensive. What is it really? The word is ghaliyun. So there's a special class of words that end with ya, with 2 dhammas, but they change their lam, or no, it doesn't have to be lam. But they end with ya and 2 dhammas, but they actually change to 2 kasra. So even though you say ghalin, you're actually saying ghaliyun. Okay? There's other words, muhamin, which is muhamiyun, qadin, which is qadiyun, and wadin. Okay? What was lesson 2? Laysa. Laysa means what?
Not.
Not. Or it is not, or he is not. Okay? Let's conjugate laysa. Ready? Laysa.
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 Laysu.
Laysu.
Laysat.
Laysat.
Laysata.
Laysata.
What do you got when we go to hunna? Lasna. Okay, lasna.
Lasna.
Lasta.
Lasta.
Lastuma.
Lastuma.
Lastum.
Lastum.
Lasti.
Lasti.
Lastuma.
Lastuma.
Lastunna.
Lastunna.
Lastu.
Lastu.
Lasna.
Lasna.
Okay, he is not.
Oh, okay. No.
Laysa.
Laysa.
Okay, she is not.
Laysat.
Laysat. You are not talking to a man.
Lasta.
Lasta. I am not. Lastu. They are not a group of men.
Laysu.
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 Okay. Is it getting easier? The conjugation.
Laysu.
We'll do it every day, inshallah, and we'll get used to it. So you say something like huwa laysa bi mudarrisin. He is not a teacher, so you put bi before whatever you're saying he is not or it is not. Okay.
So mudarrisan, is it?
Bi, you have to say bi mudarrisin. What if I want to say I am not a doctor? How do I say that? Ana lastu bi tabibin. Ana lastu bi tabibin. What if I want to say I am not from India? Ana lastu min al-Hind. So in this case you don't put bi. If it's jar majroor like min al-Hind, you just say ana lastu min al-Hindi.
No B.
No, with no jar majroor, no bi.
Jar majroor, no.
If I say he is not in the masjid, I just say huwa laysa fil masjid. Huwa laysa fil masjid. Okay. And that was basically it for lesson 2. There was some small stuff. Bilalun ibn Hamidin. Manil akh. Okay. Are there any questions on the homework that we?
I have one. Yes.
Okay. Let's go through. Like we'll just do the first few, and then we'll do our conversation exercises. Okay. All right. So go to exercise 4. I think we'll start from.
Yes. You might have to take both of the cards. First one.
Is it full?
First one happened on the second one. I forgot to change to the first one. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. What lesson is this? So I'm on page 14 on lesson 2. So it says exercise 4. Let's do exercise 4 a little bit. Yeah, 15. Sorry. So it says أدخل ليس على الجملة الآتية. Put ليس in the following sentences. So the first one is الباب مغلق, which means the door is locked. So how do I make it opposite? الباب ليس بمغلق. الباب ليس بمغلق. What's الماء بارد mean? Water is cold. Make it opposite. الماء ليس ببارد. Okay, so باردٌ becomes باردٍ. هشام مريض. هشام is sick. هشام ليس بمريض. هشام ليس بمريض. Okay. أبي نائم means
The father is not
my father is sleeping. Okay, make it opposite. Abi laysa binaimin. My father is not sleeping. Okay. Ad-darsu sa'bun. The lesson is
very hard.
difficult. So make it opposite. Ad-darsu laysa bisa'bin. Yes. next one, what's the last one? الطفل جوعان. What does that mean?
The kid,
Child.
child is
Hungry.
The child is hungry. جوعان. جوع is hunger.
Oh, the Joan.
جوعان, not جوعان.
Child.
Okay, and they actually gave half the answer. So الطفل ليس بجوعان. Does it say the answer for you?
Yeah.
So it says بجوعان. Why?
Yes, that was the question.
Why is that?
Where did you see B Joan?
It says the answer on بجوعان.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that.
Everything is
Not
being
Jawani.
in.
Yeah, that's the
Joan.
question.
Why is it جوعان?
It sounds better.
Because it's an adjective or?
Nope.
It's because,
You see,
Good.
brother Afnan, you know the answer.
I know the answer, I know,
So
but I just
say
can't
it.
remember it now.
No, you said it last time.
It's because, the
No, you know, you said the answer.
I said the answer?
Yeah, it was like a few classes ago.
Oh,
It's the answer that only you knew.
MashaAllah.
You put me in the hot seat.
I know.
I'm sweating now.
I'm gonna ask you every time now.
Oh, I'll remember from next time.
Come on.
I'll remember it now.
Okay, end of book 1. That's it.
Oh, that thingy.
Say it.
The word we just studied in the chapter 17, I guess. 17 or 19.
It was the last chapter.
That was the last chapter, yeah.
Is the plural, that's why?
Huh?
Just the plural, no?
No, that's
What was the last thing you studied in book 1?
Oh my god.
Before we did
That's
verbs.
hard. So,
Huh? Something min as-sarf.
something. Yeah, right.
Something.
Mampu min as-sarf.
There you go.
That's all.
Mamnu' min as-sarf.
Right.
Mamnu' min as-sarf. What does that mean?
Oh,
It was prevented from making the full majroor. So this, so one of the patterns of one of the categories of mamnu' min as-sarf is a masculine noun that ends in anu. Another example of that is rama banu. Rama banu. Anything that ends with anu and it's masculine, it's mamnu' min as-sarf. The rule for mamnu' min as-sarf is that if it's supposed to be majroor, then instead of going mamnu' min as-sarf gets a dhamma, it can get a fatha, but it cannot get a kasra. So it gets majroor, but it sticks, but it's prevented from getting a kasra, so it stays on a fatha. So it's bi jaw'ana. Bi jaw'ana.
Lot of rules.
Yes. But this is something that I'll always remind you, so you don't have to forget. Even if you forget it, I'll remind you, inshallah.
Sure. Inshallah.
Alright, next exercise was اقرأ المثالين ثم أدخل ليس على الجملة الآتية. It was basically the same exercise, except you have to conjugate laysa, right? So the first one is as-sayyaratu jamilatun. The car is beautiful. Okay, now how do you say the car is not beautiful? As-sayyaratu
Laisa.
laysat. You're talking about a feminine object. Laysat. Jamila. Bi jamila tin. Jamilatin. Okay. Ana ghaniyun. I am rich. Ana lastu bi ghaniyin. Okay. Any questions on that exercise? No. And then the exercise 6 was almost the same. أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية بالنفي مستعملا ليس. So مهندس أبوك, is your father a?
How would that here min al-Iraqi? How do you say it?
In the exercise 5,
Yes.
هي من العراق.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, exercise 5, number 3. No, 4. So هي ليست من العراق.
Yeah.
هي
Not
ليست.
keen, not keen, not keen. Just Iraq.
I think it's Iraqi.
Iraqi.
Yeah, it's Iraq.
Iraqi. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, but we don't
Iraqi.
have B, that's what I'm saying.
No, you don't put B. So هي ليست من العراق. Or Iraqi.
So why don't we put both B because of Haruja?
We don't put what?
B.
B because of the min. Yeah, so with the min, phi, B, you don't put,
Jam.
yeah, you don't put B.
Jam much.
Okay. Okay, let's do exercises. What?
I have one question on 6.
Okay.
The last one, 5, 6, 7. How do you say, it's like, what does it mean? Jadidun, sayyaratun, is it your new car or your car is your car is new?
Jadidun sayyaratuka. Jadidun sayyaratuka. So remember how the questions are always flipped? If you want to make it sense in your head, you can switch it around just in your head. So if I say sayyaratuka jadidatun, what does that mean? Is your car new? So what would be the answer be? It is not new.
Okay, so
How do you say my car?
Sayarati.
Sayyarati is not.
Nice, yeah. Plus 2.
Are you saying I'm not new or the car is not
car.
new? So sayyarati, my car,
Laysat.
laysat.
Oh, laysat.
Sayyaratun is feminine, right? Laysat. And then B,
Jadid.
jadidatun. So sayyarati, laysat, bi jadidatun. So if you didn't get the homework this time, go over it again over the weekend. You have the answers, right? The PDF with the answers. Okay, so look at that. So
Where's that?
I'll send the link again. So.
Inshallah.
All right. So I'm gonna give out the conversation. If you, we're probably not gonna get done with it, but I'll just be coming around and sitting with you and making sure that you can do it. The lines that are next to the dialogue, don't use them. Don't start writing. Okay. So you have to start speaking it. And then if you forget a word, then you have to look it up, then you can write it down. So the lines are not for translation. When you take it home, you can translate it on another paper, but just use these lines for notes, okay? Don't use them for, we're not translating right now, we're speaking, so you should be learning dialogue. I'm gonna turn this off.